Welcome to CIVI EduTech YouTube channel. My dear friends, as I was discussing with you my views about young professionals who want to become structural engineer, what is their motto should be, what is their aim should be, what is their process of learning structural design. Yeah, see, somebody asked, there is some code questions are very normal in our society. If you are a structural engineer, definitely they will ask you a question. What is the difference between load bearing wall and framed structure? What are the advantages and disadvantages? Like that. Difference is in two folds. One is cost wise, other one is technical advantages and disadvantages. Of course, there are no disadvantages. Only disadvantage is cost. Cost may increase to some extent when we are comparing load bearing wall and framed structure. In order to compare and tell you or tell your client what is the difference in cost of a framed structure and a load bearing wall, you must do an exercise. You must do an exercise. Take an example, your side only 10 feet by 10 feet, plan for a load bearing wall, and again one more plan for framed structure. Put 4 columns on the corners and design it. Design the column, design the beam, design the slab, and here also design the foundation, design the slab. Then you compare the cost. So there would be little about 10 to 15% difference will be there. That is 15% cost will be more in case of load bearing, in case of framed structure, and compared to load bearing wall, 15% less is there for the load bearing wall. So when you want to authoritatively tell these things, you must do exercise. That is, you to your client you have to explain this. Cost wise little increase will be there, but advantages are many. What are the advantages? Better resistance to earthquake and seismic forces. Then again, you can change the wall position from the ground floor to first floor. If suppose somebody wants to have a car parking in the ground floor, don't want to have in between walls, but in the upper floor you want to do as many number of walls, and he want to design the first floor as he swims in fancy and change the rooms and all position. This is possible in case of framed structure. Whereas in case of load bearing wall over the wall is only the main motto, main thing. What thing in case of load bearing wall, we have to construct wall over wall only, unless and until there is a little difference with respect to design of the building. In case of framed structure, you can change the wall position, as well as there is a better resistance for earthquake and seismic forces, and cost will be little bit increased, 10 to 15%. But these things you have to do. You have to do an exercise by planning the 10 feet by 10 feet room, and with load bearing as well as with the framed structure. What I would like to say, my dear friends, experience, exposure, education, all this E will engineer your profession. That you have to do yourself. That means whatever today lockdown is there for entire India, that time you engineer yourself to utilize that time optimistic way. Be optimistic, my dear friends. Think in this angle. You have to prepare yourself to become a structural engineer by answering all these small questions. Well, see you in my next video, my dear friends. Goodbye.